Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius October 12, 2022. It can be challenging to go after what you want directly early today. Relating healthily with a partner or peer is not straightforward either. With Venus, your ruler, and in your sign, opposite Chiron, you are unlikely to see eye to eye with a significant person in your life. Alternatively, you might focus on a need or fear that you hadn't acknowledged in yourself. Still, you are learning more about yourself through your relationships, and you should take this opportunity to reflect, repair, and grow. Mercury enters your sign today and will stay in Libra until the 29th. You hosted this planet of communications very recently from August 25th to September 23rd, but during its retrograde, it retreated into your privacy sector. As such, you had some mulling over, thinking twice, and processing to do. Now and as you advance, you're in a great position to express yourself, make sharper decisions, and delight others with your communications. You'll feel a nice burst of mental energy, and projects that didn't gain momentum last month will begin to move forward. You've had a rocky few weeks, but the pace is picking up for you. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet and the ruler of the mind and communication, has finally re-entered your solar first house of identity, your zodiac sign. This means he is once again empowering you with impeccable judgment and an ability to speak your mind more fluidly and persuasively. Expect your charm and optimism to increase. Remember that if there is anyone you'd like to seduce or pitch ideas to, strike now or in the weeks ahead. People will respect and take interest in you. Do not overthink your professional arrangements or yourself any longer. Now that Mercury is back in your sign, it is time to work through the second half of the post-shadow period. You may need to work on feeling confident in yourself as a professional to partner up with the right people and work on the most pertinent responsibilities that will bring you success. So, you may need to work on any insecurities or frustrations surrounding your professional commitments since Venus in Libra opposes Chiron retrograde in Aries. Believe in yourself to make the right decision. With the Sun and Venus just 12 days away from beginning the first planetary activity on the income side of the financial fence for the year, the Moon is getting in first with one last visit to your financial sector. This is putting the focus on money matters, with a chance to get your financial bearings before what could be the most lucrative weeks of 2022 begin. If you find yourself waking up on the wrong side of the bed more days than not, it's probably got something to do with an unconscious desire that has gone unmet for too long. One way to bring the unconscious more into our conscious, daily lives is to keep a dream journal. It only takes a few minutes each morning. Before you get dressed, before you have breakfast, spend a few minutes sketching out what happened in your dream. This is going to be a good day if you take the bull by the horns. Indeed, you will need to get around some obstacles before entering this more favorable phase which the current vibrations have outlined. Everything hinges on the fact that you are a fighter, so the vagaries of daily life have never impeded you from making your projects concrete. You don't get discouraged easily. This is true in your sentimental life as well, where harmony and success will be dominant. Mercury, who had retrograded back out of Libra less than 12 hours into your birthday month and new solar year, returns today to find the Sun still here. Where Mercury gave you a head start on your birthday month before it even began, with the Sun not leaving until the end of next week, he returns in time to get your head back in the game and around your game plan and resolutions for the coming year. However, with so much still unfolding, there is also a need to keep your mind and your options open. Just a few hours after the Moon not only leaves your relationship sector today but wraps up yesterday's full moon, Mercury makes a timely return to Libra. Just 18 days after retrograding back out, the planet of communication returns after the full moon has put a balance between your personal and relationship needs to the test and in time to give anything flushed out a voice. Our eyes in the sky. This is an interesting day that brings some cosmic relief to personal frustrations. The influence of Venus in Libra opposes the prolific energy of the healing centaur Chiron, adding perspective to the overall power dynamic of your life. Think of this as a reset, requiring you to grin and bear it. A loving bond between parties can help you to move forward. This week is all about your relationships and making you a lot more talkative about what you need. You're setting out to get that now by making your goals known loud and clear. You're changing the people you hang out with, and they're changing you in a good way. You'll make more money if you take their advice instead of fight against it. Paying attention to your self-care routines and feeling more confident in your skin is what it's all about right now. Maybe you've been neglecting the things you really love to do because you're just trying to navigate through the twists and turns of life. Romance and fun can be part of the day as well. You'll feel increased vitality and confidence. The influence of Uranus adds a little icing on the cake, and someone might even profess their undying love to you. You might not want to deal with anyone who brings you down, and for good reason. Mercury enters fair and peaceful Libra today, so it's a good day to schedule some time to yourself or even a therapy session just to get everything out in the open. Talking things out will not only help you but also be a stepping stone to moving relationships in the right direction. It's time to think about how you might be taking other people's word for money matters or buying into an investment scheme that's too good to be true. Someone may be giving you a hard sell concerning a stock, IRA, or bond. You need more time to consider the best path for you. Be firm but polite, and make sure you get the time you need. You know best. In the morning, Venus in Libra opposes Chiron in Aries, prompting difficulties in navigating our relationships. Although we intend to keep the peace, we feel as though we fail to rise to others' expectations. This sense that we are not enough, that we are a disappointment, weighs on us heavily. What we are confronting now is the reality that relationships are a balancing act. There is no way to maintain perfect harmony at all times, yet the fear of failure can cause us to want to throw in the towel altogether. A more mature, adult idea of love is required. We become our own worst enemies and we hold ourselves and our partners to impossible standards. Shortly following this, the Aries moon squares off with Pluto in Capricorn, causing us to act destructively. We are struggling to negotiate the Venus-Chiron opposition. Insecurities within partnerships drive us to behave unfairly with loved ones. We may guilt-trip another or pose a test for them to prove their love. Obviously, these tactics are likely to backfire. On the other hand, we might be a victim of manipulation tactics ourselves. If this is the case, it is a good thing that this behavior is being exposed, so we do not waste further time on a toxic power dynamic. However, the moon begins its void of course following this aspect's perfection that will last until afternoon. Avoid taking action now, as decisions will be made in haste, under emotional duress. Give yourself time to cool off before saying or doing something you may regret.